Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Today's reading is going to be, are they my soulmate? Some of you are involved with certain people and you're wondering, there's maybe some conflicts, everything isn't as smooth as you think it should be, so you're questioning. So is this person that's on your mind your soulmate? Now, right to begin with, and you guys can skip over this if you want, this is something that 6 definites. If this is not happening or you don't feel it can happen, this person most likely is not your soulmate. So number 1 is if you can't be honest with each other. If you can't be open and up front with your partner, there's a red flag right there. Without honesty, relationships are not destined to do well. If you can't speak your mind and be yourself around your partner, you're keeping things. They are definitely not your soulmate if this is happening. You should feel free to be able to express whatever you need to express. Number 2, an indicator most likely not, or positively not too, is enjoying silence together. It sounds pretty trivial, but it's actually very important. Soulmates can handle the silence without making it awkward. It just feels natural to them, and they are comfortable with simply enjoying your closeness. So if you have to force conversations continually and have the constant urge to blab about anything to break silence, sorry to break it to you, but you're not with who you're supposed to be. That's not saying in the beginning of the relationship when you're just getting to meet somebody, like within the first week, it does feel uncomfortable when there's silence, but that should not continue. Number 3 is give each other space. True love is about belonging, but it's not about trapping one another. So you don't have to spend every waking moment with your significant other for the love to be real. You don't have to be glued to each other without any respect for each other's personal space. If you do that, you will suffocate your relationship. Love is definitely most real when you trust one another, just the same whether you are close or apart. Okay. Number 4, another indicator. It sounds simple, but communication is where most couples fail. They forget to listen to each other. They forget to sit down and have an actual conversation. You should be able to talk to your partner about anything and everything, and you should be able to share your joys as well as your sorrows. So you should be able to speak your mind without feeling that they will leave if they hear something that doesn't suit them. You should be able to communicate your problem and find common ground. And you really should do all of that with your partner anyway. If you can't, that is not the right relationship. Number 5 is back each other up. Sadly, there's so many relationships these days where one partner has to make the other one feel small, insignificant, unappreciated, or overall like they're not enough. You hear it in restaurants all the time, people walking, they start to devalue one another in public. So what are they doing in private, right? Absolutely. And number 6, just have fun together. Playfulness is a huge indicator of a healthy relationship. 2 people who are relaxed and comfortable around each other are bound to have a lot of fun at times. They aren't afraid to be goofy or weird. They have shared sense of humor, teasing, all of that. Ordinary things or extraordinary things are the same because they are together. If fun doesn't come naturally to you and your partner, if they make you crazy more than they make you laugh, they are not your soulmate. Now let's flip this on the other side. If all those things are happening for you, that's pretty indicative. As my crazy blue jay that's perched right next to me, that's so loud. Can you hear him? I love him. Whenever I come out, he likes to chat, but he's louder than a murder of crows. It's insane. Take it easy over there. It's all right. He lands on my kid's old swing set and he just goes mental. He's happy when people are out here. He knows the cats aren't going to try to eat him. But they are one of the loudest birds. It's obscene. So we have 3 choices today. Number 1 is reach out. I reach out my hand and my heart to connect and unite all of humanity. Number 2 is water elemental. I allow my body and mind and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in life. And number 3 is I understand and embrace the opposing forces that bring about balance. So I'll let you make your choice. And if you guys are curious what my little interlude into this was for the first couple of minutes, it was the 6 top things to notice if they are not your soulmate. And if you flip them around to the positive and they are doing these things, then that is a huge indicator that they are. Because a lot of times people have a few questions like, this is happening, this seems all right, and you definitely, everything is not going to pop up in the first, 20 days of the relationship to be indicators. You kind of have to ease into this and notice it amounts also to the amount of time you are spending together with one another as well. So let's see what's going on with group 1. So we have this 8 of Swords energy, Tower moment, and the Knight of Wands. Now, this is really great because, and I'm going to pull an indicator on this tower. Yes, King of Cups. They are, but here's what's happening. Because they are, you're taking a hugely close look at the foundations of all your other relationships. When we come into a soulmate moment, things get really shaky and you're like, your belief systems, like what's true, you're realizing, oh my gosh, I do have fun with this person. They will back me up. I feel it. They do. We communicate beautifully. We give each other space. We enjoy silence together without getting nervous. We are honest with each other. It's the foundations. And we have to have that tower moment where we rip everything down and really look at it. Because look at this Knight of Wands as well. This is a person, Knights I've always felt come from the four corners of hell too. Honesty, authenticity, integrity, and love. They are well-meaning. And the reason I'm really starting to think this more and more, this connection, is you rest when you need to rest. When you feel like you're getting like over-evaluative of everything and picking it apart. When you look at it with simplicity and honest eyes, you realize this, the high compatibility, enjoying each other, giving each other this space. You know, you can definitely speak your mind and be yourself around them. You're keeping things, you know, always like in the visual and always in the audio. If you see it, feel it, think it, hear it, and you want to share it, that you're doing it with them. And also, you know, you have this fire elemental, this passion is building, and it's like one of those things, you know, I ignite fire within me that connects me to the divine. When we ask the divine for synchronistic clues and help and all of that, they're able to help us divine these and feel this. And you're going to feel it more and more. And you're also going to feel that beautiful lightness, you know, where you just get super excited to see them. You know, they bring you that good purified energy, that uplifting energy, and it feels really good and it's invigorating. And that's what it should be too, because it's not one of those people that you feel nervous or judgmental. You have fun with them. Again, whether it's extraordinary or ordinary things, just because you're together is what makes it special. And that's important. So, wow, beautiful energy, group one. Yes, a keeper. I like that. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read. If you want to go to my Etsy store, please go check out the Goddess Provisions box. It is so remarkably gorgeous this month. It's the crystal box. It has just amazing things. And let me put a quick thing over this so stuff doesn't blow away. I love working outside in the outside light. And let me take this moment too to say thank you guys for all your beautiful comments and DMing and joining all my contests over on Instagram, and those of you ordering my handmade crafts, crystals, and everything. Wearing them and sending me pictures and your lovely feedback. I'm loving the feedback of the supercharged Stonehenge crystals. Like, some of you are using them as pendulums and they're super helpful in that regard. And that, you know, it just is, yeah, I just keep everything right by my bed and I'm constantly touching those. I do feel there is a magic and beautiful energy around them. And just looking at them gives me such like solace and peace and balance as well. Okay, guys, so let's see what's going on with the water elemental. Allowing your body and mind and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in life. And a lot are occurring right now. A lot of people are doing deep emotional cleanses where they're no longer hanging on to, oh, this flew out, so I'm going to get this one too, where they're no longer like trapped or cornered or kind of like fenced in with old behaviors and patterns. They're realizing, okay, this is some whacked out habitual behavior I've always done and I react the same way, and that's not healthy because every individual and every situation is different. You know, having doubt when doubt doesn't really belong there, having fear for no reason at all. It's reactionary, right? If we've acted like that before, even if it's sometimes harmful, it's familiar, so people will still do it even if it doesn't make sense. I used to do that when I woke up. I would all of a sudden get this overwrought feeling of to-do list before I even got out of bed. And I was like, why in the world why'd I ever do that? Even if I had nothing going on and it was a Sunday and I could take it entirely easy, I would like inundate myself with this list and it made no sense. So let's see what's going on, you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to have a new baby in your life. I just had a picture of this. So some of you guys, even not looking at the cards, I feel like there's a new, you're going to be an auntie or an uncle or a grandparent, or there's a new baby somewhere coming in there. Very exciting with all these people spending so much time at home. No wonder. Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups, choices, the Hermit, and Justice. So here's something I'm hearing very clear, you guys. This is actually almost like a split scenario. Some of you guys are in beautiful long-term companion relationships with this person. They had a lot of choices. You had a lot of choices. Often the Seven of Cups card is a funny card. You'll see all these cups in the air, and there's weird things hanging out of them. Lobsters, pearls, I don't know, flowers, fences, castles. Like, it's like over choice. In this particular group, the message is for them, and I do feel like this is 50-50. This person is a long-term companion, yet they are not your soulmate. I feel like you will actually be there with them for a long time. You're very compatible. They are very loving to you. You may even marry them or have a child with them. They will help, both of you will help each other in a very neat way to understand a giving nature, what is fair, balancing, like a heavy kind of Libran energy. There'll be lots of celebrations, family, friends, reunions, all of this stuff, victory and awards. However, I feel like there will be a time further down the road after this long companionship with this individual that your soulmate will come in later in your life. It's just one of those things. Now, for the other side of this, I'm going to pull an indicator on this. Yeah, see, Judgment. It's funny when we decide and we feel that energy, which some of you do. You know what this may be? This may be that your soulmate is coming right around the corner for the next group, that it's coming. And what's happening is you have been waiting. You've been sowing the seeds. You have been drawing in this energy, manifesting, actualizing it, all of this. So you're actually drawing them in, and your vibration is going up, and your everything in your circuitry is just kind of like lit up, looking for all these synchronicities and answers. And because you're putting in so much effort and awareness of the present day moment, you are actually finding them by this kind of like unique radar that you have now and you're plugged into, because you've decided your judgment is they are out there, they're close. So your desire for them, your feeling for them, your romantic love, all of that stuff is really, they're not going to compromise. So you have all these new ideas, and you're able to kind of like have this sensory recognition of them and show you're drawing them in. So it's a really unique balance in this particular group. So half of you, you're going to have a long, rewarding relationship, and then later in life have your soulmate. And this person that you're with is not going to come up short in regards of caring for you, loving you, being providing, and all of that. But it is what it is. A lot of times people just come into that energy later in life. It's one of those things where that's when we learn to read the signs. Now the other half of you is definitely, a beautiful crow just flew over you, because you are so tapped into this energy, you manifest, and you do a beautiful job. Let's see what's going on with some elementals right now. Your throat chakra. So you're going to be able to speak your truth and encourage others within theirs. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to become someone who do vlogs, that speak out on YouTube. You get your information stronger and more clearly, and you want to share these messages, and you're going to be able to do this really beautifully in a public forum. And I feel like you're just going to generate all this hope, and pretty much about a lot of things like domestic violence, bullying, all of this, poverty, illness, health worries, all of these things, and speak up and be advocates for so many things, for autism, for all these things, and you no longer have self-imposed restrictions, and you're going to bring huge awareness to these causes and be amazing and very impactful as well, group 2. So I love that. A lot of things get awakened with us when we decide, when we have this kind of justice moment and judgment moment, like we are meant to be who we're meant to be, and we're not going to shrink, and we're not going to make ourselves smaller. And that's what's happening, in your vibrations going up, and your ability to expand and have higher reasoning on these subject matters and be able to share them as well. So beautiful. Yeah. Teamwork, collaboration, skill, quality, all of that is going to be right in your wheelhouse. So beautiful energy, group 2. If that's you, awesome. Great energy. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below too if you want a private read or anything. Everything is down there. I'm waiting for this gust of wind I feel coming, so I'm getting everything in place. So now we're on to number 3. I understand and embrace the opposing forces that bring about balance. So remember, you guys, I'm talking about the person that's in your questioning right now. Not is your soulmate coming, are you with them right now, or have you already met them, is the question of this particular one, just in case it was confusing. Okay, so we have celebrate life. I celebrate every day in honoring and respecting life on Mother Earth. Yeah, absolutely. We're reducing our carbon footprint now more than ever. We're really caring about our impact health-wise. I'm so proud of people that, are doing their absolute best in helping and contributing and volunteering and doing all this stuff. off and being as safe as possible in what they're doing. Yeah, humanity is really stepping up. And I feel like in times like these, we are just more of what we already are, right? If we're caring, we're more caring, right? If we're selfish, we're more selfish. It's like, you see it, some of those people, it's like they just don't respect space. And then other people that are very accommodating. So let's see what's going on. I don't want to get too close to the microphone. It's funny, the Tower came in the first one right in the center. Then the Nine of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. And I'm going to pull a clarifier on this. Nine of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this person that you're with there, it's actually a karmic relationship. Now listen, you guys, this is for a huge collective. So again, if you want your love journey and your soulmate journey done, I really would recommend a private read. This particular one for a large amount of you, this is a karmic relationship. And what's happening, they're teaching you, hey, guess what? I have all the tools to do what I want, because the Nine of Wands is about not getting to the Ten of Wands moment where you have more than you can bear, more than you can carry. And that's usually you're learning some lessons in this relationship. We teach people how to treat us. And if we tell them, hey, I'm a doormat, I'll do anything. Hey, I'll say yes, I will eat what you want, go see what films you want, do whatever you want, clean house, whatever, be the domestic, all of that. We're just saying that we don't value ourselves, and we have to be careful not to do this, because we can get to that Ten of Wands where we're then carrying the majority of the burden, while the other person is self-serving usually. It's narcissists, people like that. That's not to say for all of you, because this is a collective, that the person that you're with is doing this, but we have to be careful within these things, because when we have the Three of Pentacles, that's usually a group learning. If you get a good inside outside handle on this, you're going to realize how to kind of thrive within this relationship. And kind of, it's almost like you can get a blueprint of something that's happy and healthy and navigate along that. It's a kind of an advisory capacity to say, hey, this is what's healthy and this is what isn't. Karmically, that's what it is. Karmic is learning a lesson. And if we're doing the same thing, we need to learn that lesson. And it's like, okay, listen, I'm giving too much energy, power, resources away. Okay. Asking an intelligent, good outside third party, what can I do? What seeds can I plant to help? Because sometimes if we don't speak up, the other person may not even know that it's trampling on our feelings, or it's something that we don't want. If we're always saying yes to things that they think we like, and we're giving away our power, guess what? They don't know. They don't necessarily, they're not trying to always have their way, but if we're always agreeable, they don't know. Honestly, people do need to set strong boundaries within this. And partially, I believe, because of this Nine of Wands, it's like we have to be careful. We're starting to all this critical thinking that can bring us to that Ten of Swords, where we just feel inundated with so much pressure of thought and all of that, that it can be paralyzing, right? We don't get anything done. We don't come to any conclusions. But this is what I like for you. You're going to move into this Knight of Swords, where clarity comes in, and you see this and you're like, I get what karmic lessons are. So what I have to do within relationships like this is set strong boundaries, make sure that these things are going on that I mentioned in the very beginning that are important. Are we having fun together? Am I expressing what I need to express? Am I being backed up, and am I backing them up? Are we communicating? Again, it sounds simple, but this is where most couples do fail. They forget to listen to each other. This is you letting them know it's important you listen as well as speak. Are you being honest with each other? Can you enjoy simple silence and simple pleasures together? And can you give each other space, not smothering each other? And that's what can happen in this Nine of Swords. Like, do they need me? What are they up to? And that's all of that. It's like, we don't want to be fact checking and looking at their phones or be suspicious. Complete honesty and excellent communication. And the Knight of Swords is moving towards that. Something needs to be said, boom, you say it. Something needs to be heard, you listen to it, and you digest that information. Clear communication. Now you also have the beautiful sun goddess. Celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. As much as you can, be outside, be in the sun. I feel like nature is going to be a balm for you. It's going to be relaxing. It's going to be helpful. It's going to just kind of ground you out again. It does for me too. I just feel like I feel restful, peaceful, and redirected whenever I step outside. Everything just, and then you get a good wind and it just blows all the cobwebs in your head away, and you can really think, and that'll be helpful too. And my advice for anybody in this group 3 too is just take out a notebook, go sit in the sun and write down, where do I want to be in like 1 month from now? What do I want to have communicated to my significant other? What changes do I want to come about? What am I willing to do? What do I need to ask for? All these little things to be the most and utmost honest level with each other as well. And just breathe and think. And the other question, Spirit will help you with that. It'll start to devise this kind of awesome checklist for you, and then you can keep checking in with that. Is this happening? Is this change occurring? Am I expressing what I need to express? So everything, can kind of slowly shift and turn and get rebalanced. So that's you guys, beautiful energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below.